Introducing myself, I'm Cynthia, and I'm the host of the reality series CPS the Horror Stories. I'm not an attorney or a social worker, just a mom, not just a mom, but a mom who had CPS steal her children a few years ago. And after 2 years of fighting, I did get my kids back. So now I have this platform to allow other parents and family members to share their stories on here when dealing with the traumatic events, devastation, and corruption of Child Protective Services. So, Haley, can you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell me where you're from and a little bit about you?
Um, my name is Haley, and I'm from Arkansas.
Okay. And what do you do?
I was a stay-at-home mom.
Okay. And are you married?
No, I am not married, but I am in a relationship with my fiance that I've been together. We've been together for 11 years.
Okay. That's awesome.
Fiance,
And how many children do you have?
I have three.
3. What are their ages?
Their ages are 13, 12, and 6.
Okay. And do you want to share a little bit about them?
Um, my oldest is very outgoing. She loves art. She loves to paint. She's won many awards for it. My middle child, he is the sweetest boy ever. He, I don't know. I can't explain it. All of his teachers tell me that he is just the best, and
Yeah.
he made all AB honor roll and perfect attendance every year. He started school.
Wow, that's awesome.
And my youngest is a free spirit. He is a wild child. That's my little wild man, and he is just loud, and he's like a tornado, and he comes in, and I wouldn't want it any other way.
Yep. I have one of those, and I think my kids are mixed between everything you just described. So tell me, did you have any involvement with CPS as a child? Were they involved in your life?
I lived with my grandmother because my mom abandoned me whenever I was a baby, and my grandmother took me in because my dad didn't want me. So when my mom finally decided to pursue, that was her tactic. That my grandma abused me, I guess.
So your mom called CPS on your grandma. And what did they do with you?
I was removed from the home.
And where were you put?
I was placed with my biological father.
Who originally didn't want to be in your life? So how long did you stay there until you were 18 or of age?
I stayed there for a year until we had like a big hearing, and the judge asked me where I wanted to live, and I said I wanted to live with my grandma, and he let me.
He let you go back? Okay, that's good. So tell me, when was your first encounter with CPS as a mother?
It was in May of 2018. They came to my house. which I've read up on it. I mean, I knew what to say. I knew to tell them that they couldn't come in the house. My mom had just died, and we were cleaning out her bedroom for my daughter, and yeah, the house was full of boxes and everything, and it was a really bad time when they showed up. I told her I wanted time to review my rights and speak with a lawyer. She told me no. She said she'd go get the police and remove my kids right then.
What was her reasoning? Because of the house?
Because someone called in a complaint
What was the complaint?
that me and my husband were fighting, and that we were on drugs.
Was any of those accusations true?
I mean, I guess the drug thing, I didn't use that often. It's more of like a social thing, but yeah.
May I
We
ask
get
what you used?
methamphetamine.
Okay.
But the fighting thing was not true. I mean, we would get in like little, not arguments really, but just because we wouldn't do it in front of the kids, but we might just like, like glare at each other, or just, I don't know, just little things, but we didn't do anything in front of the kids.
Okay. So when CPS came to your house, what was their reasoning for taking the children right then and there?
They didn't take the kids right then and there. They told me I had 2 days to clean up the house, and they told me to sign this service plan.
What was on it?
Lies. I made sure, because we only have one vehicle and he works all the time, that I told her I do not have transportation. She said that they would provide transportation for me. And I told them that I do not have, after mom died, all my family just kind of abandoned me. So I don't have like babysitters, I don't have anyone to watch like all 3 kids. So I told them, and they said that no problem, they'll come to the house, or we might even be able to provide childcare after signing the service plan. And then Grant asked if my husband asked if he needed to sign it, and they told him, sure, everyone's free to sign. He signed it. I asked him first if I could have my lawyer look over it, knowing I don't have a lawyer, but it would buy me time to find someone to, look into it for me. And she told me no, once again, that I couldn't have anyone look over it. She said it's what you have to do, or we can take the kids now. So I signed it. After my in my UA, it was a fail. So
Did they do the UA when they were at your house?
no, they made me follow them to their office.
Okay. And what did they say about that?
They put me in outpatient rehab, which was on the service plan. It was too much. It was at the time, it was hard to do because it was every night from 5 to 8. And when you have 3 kids that need homework, they need to be fed, they need baths, like, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do, 5 nights a week from 5 to 8. It just wasn't realistic, and I just thought they would understand. Like, when they told me that they don't offer childcare, they don't offer transportation, you know, later after I signed it, I just thought that, they would understand, but they didn't.
So, when did they officially take the kids?
In August
Of what?
of
What?
2018. 18.
Okay, I thought you said it had only been a year.
No, it's been over a year.
Well, it's been over 2 years if it's August 2018.
Yeah. Oh, wait. It was 19. My bad.
Okay, I'm like,
I was thinking 18.
so last year.
Yeah.
Okay, so when they took the kids, what made them like take the kids then?
Non-compliance.
With the case plan.
Yes. I was trying to make every one of the outpatient ones I could, the classes, and which, I mean, I would only make like a couple a week, but I figured it was better than nothing. And I hadn't been dropped, and they were on the parenting classes. They weren't going to start for another month. So I just thought I was, I guess, doing what I could, and I wasn't doing what they wanted me to do.
So, did they have a court order or anything signed by the judge, or did they just come and take the kids?
No, they came and took the kids. They said it was, what is it? For their safety, or yeah.
Did they say they were in imminent danger?
Yes, that's what they stated. Although I don't know how, but
Okay. So they take the kids. Where did they put the kids?
they promised me that they would keep them together, because I mean, I asked them, I said, please keep them together. And then they said that they would. They separated them like first thing after they took them to get, I guess, physicals, or checked out by a doctor. And I hate it for my 6-year-old, because he was 5 then, but he had no idea what was going on. He'd never been away from me one night in his life, He was by himself. They put him in 3 different foster homes.
Has there been
Huh?
Has there been any abuse that you know of?
I've said things, but they just ignore me and act like I'm just trying to start trouble. But I know what happens, because it happened to me. he's weird. Whenever I take him to the bathroom, I don't know. He used to not be so just eagerly like trying to cover up himself, like because he's a little boy, but he just like rips his pants up really fast and just I don't know, like it's weird.
So there
He's
could be abuse going on. You just don't know for sure.
I don't know what else happened now.
What's going on in court?
The judge he doesn't remember our case from one week to the next. He's really old. He's about to retire, and I don't know if we're gonna get the good judge or the bad judge.
What's he saying?
The last court hearing we went to, he said, "Good work, keep it up." But the one before that, he said, "If we don't want our kids, he'll find someone else who does."
Why is he saying that? Is it because there's a case plan in place that's not being followed, or is something going on?
I mean, we finished everything. They want us to get a different new housing because I live in my grandmother's house. And the plan is to sell it and my kids are going to get the money, but it's not crucial that it happens like this minute. But they want me to be in a more stable place. So that's the only thing that we haven't done, but we are working on. I'm working on getting government housing right now. I'm on a waiting list. And that's the only thing.
Are your visits still supervised?
Yes. When I have visits.
How often are your visits?
I'm supposed to be getting 4 hours a week. I get 2 if I'm lucky because they have to go get my youngest son and he's like almost 3 hours away. So, that's a long drive and they're short staffed. I hear that every day. So I get 2 hours a week. One on video chat if they do that instead of my visits, which they have the past like 4 weeks.
So, what about your case do you want to include in this interview that you want to say that you feel? Are you missing anything?
When they set up my positive drug screen,
What do you mean when they set it up?
they came and I just gotten out of like inpatient rehab. I mean, like I had 3 3 months plus like October. I had like 8 months clean at the time. And they came, they wanted me to pee in a cup. And I was like, no problem, I'll pee in that cup. I got cocky, right?
Right.
I peed in it and I tested positive for cocaine. Cocaine. I've never even seen that drug before in my entire life. There's not even cocaine around here. So I told them I wanted them to send it to the lab. They sent it to the lab and they said that the lab sent something back saying that it was unable to be tested. There wasn't enough of a sample, which is bullshit. I asked for the paperwork on it. I just wanted something from the lab stating that it was unable to be tested. That's all I asked my caseworker for. She will not give it to me. I had to take a nail test and it was negative for cocaine, but it's still it's still showing like in the court records that it was positive though. Like they didn't like dismiss that one. They didn't make it and I got another positive one because I flushed the toilet after and forgot. And they said it was an automatic positive. I flushed the toilet. So that's 2 positives I have. I'm paying for a hair follicle test out of my own pocket.
Are you still clean?
Yes.
How long has it been now?
I've been clean since October 30th.
Of this year?
Last year.
Last year. Okay, that's awesome. Congratulations.
I don't know. I've been a mom ever since I was 16 years old, and it's been me and my kids against the world, and if I don't fight for them, who's gonna fight for them? And I'm gonna tell a judge, I'm not gonna give up. Like, I'm just gonna appeal it and keep fighting.
Right.
I didn't have a mom and dad, you know? I didn't have anyone to fight for me. So I always said that I wasn't gonna let my kids grow up without a mom.
Well, I think that's awesome, you know, that you're fighting. Have you tried getting them placed with a family member or friend, or do you not have?
My 2 oldest are placed with my aunt. They wouldn't place Bennett with my aunt. And his foster family is trying to, my lawyer said, sabotage. I have a court appointed lawyer that's, you know, she does what she can. But they've been lying, saying that telling the doctors that Bennett has to see that I did drugs whenever I was pregnant. I didn't even smoke cigarettes whenever I was pregnant. I didn't do anything. And it's my burden to prove. So I had to prove by getting hospital records that I did not use drugs while I was pregnant. She also, when we were doing video calls, she was writing down stuff like I was in sweatpants and my hair was up in a ponytail like it hadn't been brushed. I have I had a scratch or something. I forgot what it was. It looked like my eye was black, you know, just lies. And she wrote it all down and they admitted it into the court. So. But if they keep saying, you know, it's getting time to termination. And
That's scary.
that'll be our next court date. It'll be, I mean, that's what they're going to have to do. I make every visit. I pay child support. I've done everything that they asked me to do. I'm just waiting on the housing, and they're trying to get me in a 1-bedroom, which I have 3 kids. I don't understand why they're trying to get me into a 1-bedroom.
I wish that there was something I could say, you know, that would be of some support. I hate hearing all of these stories of parents being separated and really trying and it not being good enough, you know?
Yeah, I had to see my son. The caseworker kept asking him, "Are you ready to hang up?" on the visit. Like, she just kept on asking him if he was ready to hang up. And he was like, "No." And then she kind of got irritated. And then at the end, when he started crying, she was like, "Okay, hang up now, hang up." Like, I don't know. And I just, they're hurting my children.
Right.
And I don't know. Like, I called and made a complaint because that's all I know to do is just keep making complaints because it's on the record. I don't know. But I know she's mean to my son because of the way he acts towards her. He's the sweetest little boy. Like, he just loves everybody. He just wants to show off. Like, he'll show his toys off. She came up and she was like, "Oh, what do you have?" And he just like turned and went the other way. Like, he didn't want nothing to do with her. I know that she's been mean to him. He only acts like that towards people who have been mean to him.
Right. I get that.
I just don't know what to do.
How are the other two children doing?
Um, my oldest, her father came back into the picture recently. Apparently, I called him because I was needed help. Um, and I mean, we're not close. I mean, it was like a one night thing, and he lives out of state, and basically he just paid child support. Um, he came back into her life when she was 10. They met, and she's visited with him a couple of times. I mean, he's a good guy. He's in the military. You know, he I called him and he flipped out, and so that's where she's going. She's going to Tennessee to live there, or to be placed there until, I don't know,
Wow.
the man that she doesn't really know.
Wow.
And it was my fault. I didn't expect him to do that, but he did. And he says, "Wouldn't you rather her be with a parent than not to be with a parent?" But I don't really consider him a parent because he's only seen her a couple of times. And I don't,
Right.
checking them every month doesn't make you a dad.
Right.
And my middle son, his dad actually passed away, and it was during the summer. Um, so I didn't even get to tell him, like, or be there for him or anything. They weren't very close either. So
Sounds like you are just going through a rough time. Your computer's on your phone or whatever's on mute.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, I think I got an incoming call and it muted it.
Yeah. It's muted again. Still muted. There you go.
Okay. It's my fiance.
So what would you tell somebody that's going through this?
Don't give up. And don't believe everything that they tell you.
I'd like to do an update after your next court hearing to hear what happened.
Okay. It's January
Okay.
20th, 28th, I think.
Okay. Well, I'd like to hear what happens.
Okay.
Is there anything else that you would like to say?
No.
Well, Haley, I'm so sorry you're going through all of this, and I wish you the best of luck. And like I said, let us know what happens so we can do an update for people that are watching.
Okay.
All right. I hope you have an amazing day.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.